The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
All right, spread yourselves out right there, guys. Spread out.
Robert Lowe is the middle of that photo. I'm the middle, so Robert needs to be in line with me. So you need to scoot this way.
Number one, move out this way in half an inch.
Let me just start this off in unusual fashion. First thing I want to say is I really like my team. I like my guys. I hope they win some games, but I like my guys. I like who I'm coaching. I like they're my kind of guys. They're hard workers. They're good people. Our academics is in order. You don't read about our guys much in areas they shouldn't be, if any. I like my young men, and appreciate to get to coach them and enjoy coaching them, and really want to tip my hat to the kind of people that they are, and their work habits and work ethic and accountability, and the bond that we have as a team, the accountability to each other. In regard to our team, offensively, we had a lot of improvement last year. We were one of the four most improved offenses in the nation last year at nearly 140 yards a game. We were 24th in total offensive yards, 465, 31st in scoring. We went to the tempo, and we were the 13th fastest team in the nation to snap the ball. We will never be the fastest team because we use a little more motion in our offense maybe than some of the no-huddle tempo teams do. I think we're right where we want to be in that regard. We wouldn't mind being a little faster, but I don't think that's something we're sitting around talking about. We're most interested in maintaining our pace and doing it in an efficient manner.
You know, our offensive line is going to be really good this year. You know, we got a lot of experience, a lot of size. You know, they've just gotten better every year since I've gotten here. So, you know, they directly affect my success. So I feel like they're going to help me this year.
We knew last year that we should have been in the bowl game, knowing that we beat a couple teams that went to a bowl game. But this year we have a chip on our shoulder, and we're going to leave no doubt about it.
I mean, I was angry. You know, I can't even lie. I was upset. I feel like the majority of the team was upset. But I just feel like, you know, we did leave a lot of stuff on the table. We could have won more games. We lost a lot of close games, you know, and I just felt like we could have did more. And when you realize that after the season is over, you just want to go back to work. You know, you want to show that you do deserve to be in the ball game. So this year we're not going to let that happen.
One of the more difficult team meetings I have ever had is to walk into that room in December and tell them we didn't get a bowl last year, and they're looking at me and saying, you know, I don't understand, Coach. We won. We beat the team, and this team's going, and they got the same record, and we're not. Don't wins matter? And that's a hard one to answer. We're the new kids on the block in FBS football, so we got to earn our way through it a little bit better, I guess. Tyler Jones is having a great camp. He's benching 375 pounds. He worked out twice a day in the summer. He's running faster than I've ever seen him run, and he's throwing strikes and bullets with the football. It's been a great transformation. He's thrown some deep outs and digs that I wasn't sure I'd ever see him throw like he's throwing right now. And mentally, he's very comfortable with what he's doing. So we're really excited about what's ahead with him.
Me personally, I'm just trying to get better each and every day. You know, get better at some of the things that I wasn't as good at last year. And make right reads, do the fundamentals, the things right. So, but overall, I think we look pretty good. So,
I just want to get better than last year. Every year since I've been here, I've gotten better every year statistically. So, whatever I can do to get more than 1,200 yards or more than 13 touchdowns, I'm gonna do it. So.
SWBC Mortgage. Pre-qualify for your new home today. Find a branch near you at score.swbcmortgage.com.
My family has been growing crops here since the late 1800s.
We're Texas farmers through and through, and that's why we love HEB. They've been supporting local farms like ours for generations.
They buy more of our corn than anyone else in Texas.
Over 10 million pounds annually, and they use it to make great products like HEB corn chips.
So when you try them, you're eating a little piece of Texas.
We're the Sawdoff family, and this is the locally grown department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
At Texas State University, more than 36,000 Bobcats from all 50 states and 61 nations enjoy a beautiful hill country campus in the Austin metropolitan area. We offer nearly 200 degrees with retention and graduation rates among the best in the state. Our faculty are world-class researchers in diverse fields, and at our newly expanded Star Park, we're developing the future of nanotechnology. One atom at a time. Texas State University, the rising star of Texas.
Handoff is to Nuttall, up the middle, breaking a tackle 30, down the far sideline, 40, 30, 20, 15. They will not catch him today. 77 yards for the Bobcat touchdown. The Texas State Bobcats have won their 11th straight over Prairie View A&M.
As we moved from FCS to FBS football, one of the things that we went through was to upgrade the talent on our roster to Division I talent. And, you're never complete on that. You're always working on that. But then we went through, the next period that we've gone through was to we might have an FBS starter, but we might not have an FBS backup. And so we're getting closer now to have an FBS depth where if we lose somebody, we don't have to cringe when the backup goes in because he's more capable athletically of being ready to do that. Now, in some instances, they're young and inexperienced, so you got to continue to remember that. But that's true of every football team to a certain degree. So at least we feel better about where we're getting to with that.
One of my main goals is to bring that fire. I'm a very energetic player, and I'm pretty sure out there on the field, the coaches can tell you I'm always talking. I mean, some days I have my days where I'm a little quiet, but I'm always talking. I'm always trying to get them fired up because we need it. We need that fire because a lot of guys last year, they talk about how it didn't feel that good, being left out. So we want to leave no doubt. That's the saying, leave no doubt, and that's what we're going to do, and that's my main goal, to just come in and leave no doubt.
Well, I know the guy that plays on the other side of the field for me, he's Sun Belt preseason all defense. So, and he was all conference. So that just makes me want to go get it even more. And then Craig, seeing him go to lead Daryl before. So it just makes me just work harder.
This year, everybody came out. We've all we all got the plays. A lot of young guys came in and learned them fast. We just been playing faster as a defense. So I feel like we could be really good this year.
I know that, Mims, they're going to come after me. I'm the younger sophomore. I have something to prove. So, every day when I go to practice, I think about that and just try to perfect my craft so when my time comes, I can just make a play.
Defensively, we lost a third and a fifth rounder. So I still think we can be better than we were last year. And that's, when you lose a guy like Mayo, and of course Craig was a 4-year starter, never missed a game, started every game in his collegiate career, that's saying a lot. But I think you have to start with David Mims. He was the preseason Sun Belt Player of the Year. He had a great finish to his season last year. He got some picks. He's playing with a lot of confidence and doing well. Who's going to be next to him? Good competition there. Brandon McDowell, Javante O'Roy, Andrew Aniki, Clarence Guidry. All these guys are battling pretty good.
I just feel like the coaches were really patient with me, and they saw a lot of things that I didn't think I'd be able to do. Like they saw they could see the football player before I could. So they were patient with me, and they helped me out, and they're molding me into they'll mold me into a good player. I feel like they're coaching us to where if we believe in the system, we'll play well. So all we have to do is just believe and put it in action.
Cheesy bites with new crust flavors. Hot favorite barbecue and now ranch. You missed, oh no, so close, nice try. Dad, you stud.
More flavor, more fun. Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is back with your choice of 1 of 7 crust flavors like new ranch and barbecue. No one has more flavor. Only at Pizza Hut.
They will not catch him today.
How do you show your Bobcat pride? Now you can show it off and keep your money here at Texas State, because whenever you buy at the University Bookstore at Texas State, that money stays here on campus. Apparel, books, gifts, and much more. Online or in the heart of Bobcat country, find it, get it, and keep it on campus. University Bookstore at Texas State, your bookstore.
One of the themes coming out of the 7-5 2014 season was "Leave no doubt" has kind of been the mantra in and around the football program. That includes Bobcat Nation. It's just not the coaches and the players, but I think Bobcat Nation understands that we've knocked on the door of being bowl eligible the last 2 seasons. It's time to kind of kick it in. The guys have worked so hard in the off season. I visited with Blake Cundiff, the strength and conditioning coach, earlier this week, and I asked him, who were the hardest workers in the off season? He said, the team. So as a fan, as somebody near the program, it makes me feel good to know the guys have worked hard. Of course, a part of the reason so many guys are motivated, opening in Tallahassee at Doak Campbell Stadium on September 5th will motivate a lot of people to get in the weight room and do the off-season conditioning. So hopefully all of that, with the offensive leaders coming back, with 1 more year under defensive coordinator John Thompson, hopefully that can equal not just being bowl eligible, but the Bobcats making it to a bowl in 2015.
I think it's been a great boost to our workouts this summer. You know, when you got the Seminoles, the top 4 team in the nation, first out of out of the chute, you better go a little longer out there. And I think they've all done that. And so it served a good purpose from that standpoint. It serves a purpose that it's a national game. It'll be on national TV, and we get an opportunity to display Bobcat football, and hopefully we can do it in a proud way and come away with some additional respect for our program.
When I heard Florida State, man, I was pumped about it because I had a guy that I knew, Mario Edwards, that went there, so I was pretty pumped about it, but he ended up going to the draft last year, so I'm still pumped about playing Florida State.
This game is full of, people full of emotion, full of high energy, but they put their pads on the same way we do. They're human, just like we are. We go in there thinking they're some type of gods just because they're Florida State. It's already admit to defeat. So, one thing that we're really going to have to do is just look at them like we look at each other, because we can look at each other and say, you're human. We look at them and say, you're human. Sky's the limit for us. And that's not just with Florida State, that's with anybody. If we can go in there and compete and play our game, play hard, possibly come out with a win, regardless, we just play through the whole game, don't give up. I feel like that's going to set the tone for the rest of the season. It's going to show us where we measure up, And after we get through playing that game, we're just going to take it game by game.
Well, we know Florida State's history. They don't need an introduction, right? 2 years ago, national champions. They were one of the 4 college football playoff teams a year ago, the first college football playoff. So Jimbo Fisher, his group, the Florida State name, the brand, of course, everybody knows it. I will say this, and it goes back to what I said a little earlier. Everybody's locked in, everybody's focused, because in years past, sometimes you would have a season opener that maybe there wasn't the oomph, the name, the buzz. That's not the case with Florida State. All of these Bobcat football players, they know what's going to happen. When they arrive there at Doak Campbell Stadium on Saturday, September 5th, all that hard work that they put in, the sweat equity, is hopefully going to pay off in many ways. I know Bobcat Nation's excited on Twitter, Facebook, you name it. Everybody's buzzing about Bobcats v. Seminoles.
SWBC is with you to help plan for life's little adventures. We're here so you have one less thing to worry about. We can help turn a dream into a reality. And we let you focus on your business, not on business paperwork. Wherever you are in life, we're with you.
The independent agents of Texas Farm Bureau Insurance want to put you in the middle of the action during an upcoming Texas State football home game. Go online to bobcatscontest.com and register to win an ultimate fan experience. That includes 2 reserved tickets to the game, sideline access, pre-game hospitality passes, and official game day t-shirts for you and a guest. Don't miss this opportunity to be up close to the action, courtesy of official proud partner Texas State Farm Bureau Insurance. Register now at bobcatscontest.com.
Got to get ready to play in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I just ain't know how y'all.
No, you play hard. You play hard and make them work. Now, we may want you to play a tighter 5 and squeeze more than they play up there and things like that. But we want you to play football, and for you, you need to play football and get better. So and when we can activate you, you're ready to go. Okay. Have you had to knock anybody's head off down there on defense?
Both, a couple of times.
Who?
Both.
Okay. You got my permission. You okay? Huh?
Yes, sir.
You had a rough morning, I heard. Better? Okay. Now, when there's 80,000 next week, you're not going to pucker on me, are you? You sure? I mean, Psycho Lumi won't show up.
Sit.
What was that, Jack?
Sit.
Get your toe down. Hey, you get like that, you're. There you go.
Sit.
Hey, every good punter knows when the rush is coming, and I got to get this sucker off.
Yes, sir.
Now, these guys only rush 3, I think, most of the time.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Good. You see where his weight is when he punts? You see where his weight? It's back here a little bit more because of this.
Sit.
I like that one there. I like that one there. 201, fastest one. Nice hang. We can cover it. Okay. I give you a high five when you come to the sideline if you can do one of those. A little slow. One, 4-1.
There you go. There you go. Much better. Much better.
138.
You're up there. Let's go.
Lemmy got new shoes. Must be working for him. Get it off. Did you time that? Did you get a time on that? Good punt now. We probably need a little more hang so we don't have to cover so hard. Who was your last high school game against?
Pflugerville High School.
So from Pflugerville High School to the Seminoles. You ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You be ready to play? Good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just checking.
Yes, sir.
I'm just checking. A little different from Pflugerville to
It's
Tallahassee.
Yeah, this is number
Huh?
4 team in the nation to playing the team we beat up on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Who threw that ball? Well, I don't like you anymore. Huh?
When do you, like, as far as recognizing if they're ahead of them or should we back shorter, what do you want us to do on that?
Well, you just got to judge the leverage of the DB. If he was out leveraged there, he was in better shape to play the deep one than we were. So that's when you got a back shoulder. Okay. Now we throw deep. When the white jersey's in front of it, now you throw deep. White jersey's behind, you don't. All right, listen up. Good job today, both sides. Scout team, better job. Scout team, you have a pivotal role in getting this team ready to play. Don't take it lightly. Take it seriously. Make them work. Don't make it easy on them. It's all. Everybody's in this together. It takes everybody to do this. Winning is not easy, man. Playing ain't hard. Winning is hard. All right, now after practice tomorrow, we go into a very important weekend. This is mock game weekend. So we go through everything. So next Saturday, there'll be nothing that you haven't been through, and you'll be comfortable. You know what pregame warm-up is like. You know what pregame meals like. You know what the meetings are like. You're prepared completely. No stone is left unturned in this program. We pay attention to detail. That's what we expect you to do. Okay? You vets, take them aside. Let them know how we do it. Nobody in America gets better and does it better in the last 48 hours than we do. The physical's done, the mental has to take over. Nobody does it better. Don't be a distraction to any other of your teammates. We don't need distractions. We eliminate those. Focus and preparation so that we can play our best. You get 12 shots. That's it. 12 times. We waited a long time to get to this position. So everything should pick up just a little bit. The focus should pick up a little bit. And everybody trying to do their best to help this team get on the plane and go win. And be as successful as they can be.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Hey Bobcat fans, don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to All in Texas State Football. I'm Brant Freeman. We've heard by now what the Bobcats have had to say about their upcoming season opener against Florida State. And now it's time to get some perspective from the other side. And for that, we are joined over the phone by Corey Clark from the Tallahassee Democrat. Corey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Corey, let's get right to it and talk about the Seminole program, dominant over the past couple of years, 27-1 over the past 2 seasons, a run that includes a national championship and the semifinals a year ago. How would you describe the state of the program right now under head coach Jimbo Fisher?
Well, it's really good. I would say elite would be the word you would use right now. It's 90s-esque. It is what the program was like in the 90s, where every year they would start the year the top 10, top 12 in the country. But I think that's where Jimbo has gotten this program now, where they are, I wouldn't say necessarily every year they're expected to compete for national titles, but they're certainly expected to compete for conference championships, and they should always be around a double-digit win team. That's just where he's got this program now with the way he's recruited.
Let's talk quarterbacks. We all know Jameis Winston, Heisman Trophy winning quarterback from a couple of years ago, #1 overall draft pick, is gone. But the Seminoles get in Notre Dame transfer Everett Golson, Sean McGuire, returning player from the past couple of seasons. If you could just describe what the quarterback situation is going into the opener against Texas State.
Well, that's kind of been the question of the summer since Everett Golson got to Florida State. And I think most people think it's Golson's job to lose. He wouldn't come from Notre Dame to sit on the bench, and I don't think Jimbo would welcome in a transfer that he expected to sit on the bench. Now, it's not a runaway win for Golson in this quarterback battle, and perhaps maybe both players will play, certainly in the opener, and then maybe throughout the rest of the season they'll split some time. But I just think, by and large, Golson gives them, especially they have so many questions on the offensive line. They're so young there, so inexperienced. It just would behoove them to have a quarterback that can move a little bit. And Sean McGuire is just not really that guy. They have about similar arm strength and arm talent, but I think Golson just gives you that extra little dynamic because he can run the ball a little bit.
Besides quarterback, what else intrigues you about this team?
Well, it's not, they lost Jameis Winston, which was the big deal. They also had 10 other guys drafted. It wasn't just like they lost one player. They lost essentially their whole offense. 4/5 of their starting offensive line, their all-time leading receiver, Rashad Green, their all-time leading receiver, tight end, and Nick O'Leary. They lost so much. That's what intrigues me, is what will the offense look like? How well has Jimbo Fisher recruited in the last 3 years? Because we're all told it's every year it's one of the top 2 or 3 classes in the country. I want to see what that looks like, what these young guys look like, because we've been told how talented they are. But what's the drop-off between what they had the last 2 years to what they have this year? That intrigues me a lot, is what this offense will look like.
Well, we all know Florida State is a big favorite going into the game against the Bobcats. Right now, what's the mindset of Florida State? What are they talking about in terms of this game coming up against Texas State?
To be honest, not a whole lot. You know how it is in the first few weeks of camp. They always talk about themselves, not so much the scouting report, not so much Texas State. Jimbo Fisher has obviously watched a lot of film, and he says nothing but fine things, talks about the Texas State offense and how many points they scored last year. They obviously take this game seriously. Most fans are probably talking this up as an easy W, but I know Jimbo Fisher isn't. This is a team that if you don't play well, it could be a game in the third or fourth quarter.
Thanks, Corey. Looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me.
And that's a wrap for our first episode of All in Texas State Football for the 2015 season. I'm Brant Freeman, reminding you to unleash that battle cry. We'll see you next week.